So the goal today, we're gonna tilt these levers down a little bit. We're gonna bend the perch down, which is these two bolts right here. Right here. Let me zoom you in. I think those are 8mm. I haven't checked. I've got the 10mm with me as well. Because right now, I'm in an awkward angle. When I'm on here, it's like I've got to use my whole hand, and I can't. This is an awkward position. I'm like this, and which means you're like pulling with my fingertips. It leaves my knuckles, so really, when I pull in, my knuckles are right in here, and then this is hitting my knuckles. See that? If I can change the angle, it'll hit lower down on my fingers, and I'll have more clearance. So let's find out. Is it 8mm or is it not? I was correct, 8mm. Okay. So we got a socket wrench, an extension, the 8mm, and a 10 that I don't need. We're gonna put the 10 back in my pocket. There we go. We don't need to take it off, remember, we just need to loosen it a little bit. Okay, we're almost clear, and the bike rolls almost there. Like I can still feel the clutch is not fully disengaged. There we go. Clutch is fully disengaged when it's at my fingertips, or at least damn close. I can probably adjust out a little bit of free play and make that work, and if not, I think it's disengaged far enough. No. But I can tip my hand back a little bit and have it fully disengaged. But still a lot better. Okay, so on the brake side, because of the throttle mechanism and the brakes here, the brake line, I couldn't get this much lower. This was kind of locking up. That hose only bends so far. Let me zoom out a little so you can get more context. So this is my brake line, and it comes down and goes into the dash, and it only wants to flex so far. So I couldn't go as much of a tip on this as I wanted, but I don't think it's a problem. I didn't feel the need for it to tip as far. On this one, let me get back on the bike. On this one, the lever never gets to my fingers. So that lever never makes it to my fingers. Which has been doing great things for my braking power. I've definitely noticed it is actually more aggressive braking because I can use more of the lever without having to get all my fingers on top. So short of emergency braking, where I'm always putting all my fingers on top, I actually have more braking on tap. That is it. It's not a hard thing to do. That is one of the things you can do to customize your bike to you. And I mean, Moto Jitsu talks about it regularly. A couple other guys talk about it. It's one of the things the manufacturers don't put a lot of time and effort into. They kind of just put them on parallel. You know, it's almost parallel with your bars. And that is not ideal. You want it parallel with your arm. So my arm angle comes down. I want the lever in line with my arm, because I don't want my hand to be cocked back like that. That's not a good position. You want your hand like this. And you see it on higher performance bikes all the time. Seems like the basic street bikes, they are not good about it. So anyway, I'm going to push the bike forward a little bit back into my parking spot because I don't have the keys with me. And then I'm going to check my tire pressure because I'm going to go for a ride later. We are headed out on just a little casual ride. That's right, stay in your lane, dude. Just to have a little fun. And we're going to talk about what I've done to my CB300R. If you are not familiar, we are on a 2020 CB300R in blue. Hopefully I looked down long enough for you to see the, there we go. Hopefully that was low enough for you to see the body of the bike. Come on, squirrel, what are you doing? So let's talk about what I've done on the bike, because that's the whole purpose of this ride and this video. I put T-Rex frame sliders. You can't see them from this angle. I will pop up a picture on the screen, but I have the T-Rex basic frame sliders for this bike. I do not have any other sliders, no other protection other than what it came with. So far, knock on plastic, I have not needed my sliders. I have not taken this bike to the ground. The other things I've done to it, I did a T-Rex tail tidy, and while it works and I'm not unhappy with it, they're a little light for the what do you call it, the license plate. Cheapest piece of garbage ever. Honestly, like, their wiring is too thin to crimp into normal connectors. Like, I legitimately could not find connectors that were the right size. So yeah, it's sort of just in there. It works. It is what it is. The material it was made out of, flimsiest crap ever. So T-Rex, if you happen to ever see this video, your license plate light is not up to the quality standards of the rest of your hardware, which is very well built. You should replace that thing. So of course, you know, 2 minutes into the ride, I have a bug right in the middle of my freaking visor. So the other things I've done MZS levers, not fancy ones. These are the basic MZS adjustables. When I changed the oil recently, I switched to Yamalube full synthetic. I have bled and basically replaced all the brake fluid in the front. I'm sure that is then mixed with the brake fluid from the back due to the anti-lock system, anti-lock brake system. But it does make a big difference. Definitely they feel better. I have more power on the brakes. I have not replaced the chain, sprockets, tires. The brake pads are on my list. Tires we'll get to eventually. Chain and sprockets, obviously, we'll get to eventually. I plan to have the bike for a while. Now, overall, this is not a bike with any pretension. This is a bike that it is what it is. It is a small CC road bike. It is not meant to be a highway speed demon. It is a small CC naked sport bike. But it is an extremely lightweight, extremely nimble version of that. Oof. Very comfy to ride. This is a bike that I think any beginner can build confidence on easily. And an experienced rider can really push and enjoy riding without feeling like they're not using enough of their bike, that they're never getting on the gas, because that's full power. It'll do it. Why not? It's fun. Oh, that's nice. They have the gate open, so I can pull through and go park inside. A lot of customer bikes today. They got a lot of used stuff out here now. Way more than they did. Oh yeah, I will talk to you guys later.